shows picked out?
Well, I'm pretty sure.
I look fabulous.
You do. Should I do that with my lips?
Do what? With your lips or what? What?
That's what you do with your lips when you're
I
looking at
do?
yourself in the camera.
Should I take these off? I can't see anything.
Do you need to see?
Hey you guys, and welcome to today's video. It is so late right now and Donald still somehow got wrangled in to filming one of my weekly videos for this week. It kind of came to me on a whim and from one of your guys' suggestions about recommendations for TV shows that we're super into. We talked about it a little bit and we decided today we're gonna film our top 5 favorite shows of all time. We're each gonna have top 5, so you'll get 10 shows. And I think all of them are going to still be accessible somehow, some way. So you can still go out and find these shows. Some of them may be newer than others, but we are gonna give you guys our top 5 favorite shows. A lot of them we could binge watch like all day, every day. I know even with our busy schedules, we are constantly looking for something new. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. We're gonna be covering lots of different platforms, not just Netflix, not just Hulu, not just HBO, not just cable. So we're gonna cover lots of different platforms. If you guys are interested in hearing a video just about TV shows or subscription channel shows that are out currently, are like current TV shows, let us know. We'd be happy to film another video like that. Just leave a comment down below or DM me privately. This is what happens when you don't script anything.
It's cool. I'm good with off the cuff.
Everything is off the cuff on my channel. If you like this style of video or if you want to see Donald in more of the videos, give this one a thumbs up right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave today's video by hitting that red subscribe button down below, and let's get into the lovely favorites. Okay, so I plan on going from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and like listing them, like my 5th favorite, my 4th favorite, and then your most favorite show ever of all. So do you want me to start with number 5?
You can start with number 5.
What was number 5 for me? I didn't write this down. Oh, number 5 for me is Handmaid's Tale.
Interesting.
It is on Hulu, right?
It is.
And it's still currently putting out new episodes, so that's good news. If you guys haven't watched it, I will say be prepared to be like emotionally scarred from it, especially if you're a parent. When I first started watching the show, I got into it kind of late, so I was binge watching the first season and I kind of decided that the show was not for me because it was that emotionally traumatizing. And I swore off of it. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably remember that. And then like I just could not let go of it. And I had to go back and I had to like get through some of the most difficult episodes that I've ever seen on TV. It is ridiculous. All of my top 5 shows are going to include shows that I have to set my phone down for and I have to pay attention to. Those are my favorite types of shows. I watch a lot of TV where I'm multitasking, so I have something on in the background, and I think all of these shows are not gonna be like that. So Handmaid's Tale is definitely something that I watch fully. What's your number 5?
Number 5 for me is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It is fantastic. There's a lot of kids growing up now who will only know Will Smith as the genie from Aladdin, but which makes me feel so old and it's crazy. But Fresh Prince of Bel-Air put Will Smith on the map, and it's just relatable. It's a classic. There's not much else I can say about it other than it's a classic, and if you don't know, you should know.
Okay, number 4 for me is Game of Thrones.
Interesting.
Is it gonna be in your top 5?
It might be.
We haven't shared our top 5 with each other yet. Game of Thrones, if you guys haven't watched it, you need to. I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's so much hype around Game of Thrones. Is it really that good? It really is that good. One thing I will say about Game of Thrones, how many seasons were there?
8.
8. There's a lot, and there's so much going on in every single episode. So for me, some of it like went over my head because I wasn't paying attention enough. So if you're somebody who is a little bit like me in that sense, I appreciated having Donald watch it with me because anytime I like missed something or I couldn't hear what they said, I'm like, who is this person? What is going on? Because there's so much to keep up with, but that also doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it, because I loved almost every single episode. I would say, well, I won't tell you how it ends, but I loved almost every single episode. It was very interesting. And I think for a broad spectrum of people, I don't think it's just for like, I don't know.
Any one type of person?
Yeah, so that's on HBO, in case you're living under a rock.
All right.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Simpsons.
Oh my God.
really like The Simpsons.
Really?
The Simpsons have been on since 1989, so there's a lot of episodes. From Homer to Bart to Marge to Lisa, there's a character for everybody. They predict the future all the time. So go back and
So
watch
that's cool.
episodes and see things that you're like, oh my gosh, 10 years ago The Simpsons said this was going to happen, then it happened. But there's a lot of slapstick humor. There's a lot of sophisticated sophisticated humor is what I'll leave it with. So there's some subtle jokes that may go over some people's heads. So there's humor for everyone, except for kids. Don't watch The Simpsons with your kids for the most part.
Okay, for me, number 3 is Girls.
Forgot about that one.
Legit close to being my favorite show ever. It was so relatable for me anyways, and it just really made me feel like I wasn't the only one who felt like their entire life was just winging it, basically. And I just really appreciated it, and I was so sad when it was gone. That was also on HBO. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is The Office. The Office has some of the most ridiculous plots. They take place in an office, as you may be able to tell. The characters are fantastic, the way they interact with one another. I could say it's very relatable, that you could probably find someone fairly close to every character in your workplace. They may not know that they're the Michael Scott of the workplace, but you know that they are.
My number 2 is Sex and the City.
A lot of HBO heavy over here.
I was not allowed to watch Sex and the City when it was on air. Is that how long ago it was? I started watching it in college. I remember that because a friend of mine had the full DVD set. It's a show that I can watch anytime that it's on, pretty much any episode, and it's funny, relatable, and I'm sad that it's over.
My number 2 is Game of Thrones. It is...
Because you paid attention more.
Yes. And I would say, I know there's a lot of people who watch it, start it. If you're gonna start it and you haven't, you have to stick it out until at least season 3. I don't know anyone who couldn't find at least one character that they rooted for and wanted to see good things happen to.
So that brings us to number 1.
It brings us to number 1.
Do you think you know what it is?
I am pretty positive that I know what it is.
Okay, my number 1 favorite show of all time is The Office. And I am devastated that I did not know about it or didn't watch it while it was new.
We were watching Parks and Recs while it was
Really?
on still, and we just never crossed over.
So weird. I don't really know what else to say except for it's like the funniest show. Every single episode is so funny. So finally,
My number 1?
yes.
It is The Wire. I tried to get Alyse to watch The Wire. You can tell by her face she did not go for it. But The Wire, similar to kind of the immersive reality that Game of Thrones creates, The Wire creates a real reality where you see, street level drug dealers interacting with cops, which then interacts with the dock people who bring the drugs in from overseas, which then shows how the schools are affected, and the newspaper and the local politicians. It is honestly the greatest story ever told.
I could barely get through the first episode. So that is it for our top 5 favorite shows of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us talk about those, and hopefully you've seen all of them and you all love them too. If you didn't hear your #1 favorite show mentioned, definitely leave me a comment with what that is down below. I'd love to hear that from you guys and maybe find another show that we would love too. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave today's video. Give this video a thumbs up, and I want to hear who you guys think won, basically. Like, who had a better list of top 5 shows? Me or Donald? Let me know, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video later this week. Bye guys.